on the ground, Israel's offensive in the south of Gaza is expanding. The humanitarian situation has been worsening despite the UNSC resolution. Now, this has led to aid delivery being hampered in the besieged strip, which has been reeling under acute shortage of essentials. Now, 8 trucks entered the Gaza Strip through the Kerem Shalom crossing, which Israel opened a week ago due to the rising global pressure. But the United Nations says Israel's offensive is creating massive obstacles to the distribution of aid inside Gaza. According to United Nations, an effective operation would require security staff which can work safely along with resumption of commercial activity. The Kerem Shalom crossing has also come under Israeli bombardment. Over 136 UN staff members have been killed in the strike. But Israel says it will continue to inspect all humanitarian assistance to Gaza for security reasons.
The real problem is that the way Israel is conducting this offensive is creating massive obstacles to the distribution of humanitarian aid inside Gaza.
The UN agencies say aid for only 10% of Gaza's food needs has been entering the region over the previous weeks. Over 1.9 million have been forced to flee their homes. The IDF has now called for people to move further south from the central Gaza town. The healthcare system has crumbled with no functional hospital left in the north. And the threat of famine and spread of disease is looming large over the region. Statistics show 4 out of 5 hungriest people in the world are in Gaza. All this while ground operations have continued. Heavy shelling across several cities was reported in Gaza on Saturday. At least 18 were killed in a strike on a house in the Nusayrat refugee camp in central Gaza. Other targets were also hit in the north and the south. The IDF says it was destroyed. It in fact destroyed a strategic tunnel complex on Friday. Hamas says over 20,000 Palestinians have been killed, while 53,200 have been wounded so far. Now, Israel says it is succeeding in its operation. But the question is, at what cost?
בצפון רצועת עזה הפעולה הולכת ומשלימה את המטרות שהצבנו, ובראשן פירוק גדודי החמאס ושלילת יכולות התת-קרקע מחמאס. אנחנו פועלים גם במרחב ח'אן יונס ודרום הרצועה, ובמקומות נוספים נפעל בהמשך. דבר אחד ברור, יחיא סינואר שומע כעת את הטרקטורים של צה"ל מעליו, את פצצות חיל האוויר ואת הפעולה של צה"ל. הוא יפגוש גם את קני הרובים שלנו בקרוב.
Now, media reports reveal that Israel has been using the 2,000-pound bombs in the TGAA. Now, this is according to around the 500 impact craters found, which are over 12 meters in diameter. Reports say hundreds of such massive bombs were dropped in the first month of the war. Now, these are 4 times heavier than the largest bombs the US dropped on ISIS in Iraq. It's the first time they are being used after the Vietnam War. They are capable of killing or wounding people more than 300 meters away. Experts say the use of such bombs mean that it would take decades for communities to recover. As the fighting continues, the hostage-prisoner swap still hangs in balance. Hamas is holding around 129 hostages in Gaza. Israel earlier called on international community to implement the UN demand for an unconditional release of hostages.